Welcome to the Arrington Gavin Show. Real talk, big opinions, and fearless conversations. From the front lines of politics to the latest in pop culture. From breaking sports headlines to the stories that move the world. Nothing's off limits, and nobody's holding back. Arrington Gavin is here to break it down, build it up, and keep it all the way real. So turn it up, lean in, and let's get into it. This is the Arrington Gavin Show.
What is going on, family? Welcome to the Arrington Gavin Show, your go-to spot for sharp insights, bold opinions, and unfiltered takes on the biggest stories of the day, whether it's politics, sports, pop culture, or the latest buzz. Look, we're diving deep and keeping it real, so please do me a favor. Kick back, stay informed, and get ready to join the conversation. On tonight's convo, we're going to be talking about, again, more James Carville news. I've noticed I talk a lot about James Carville, man. I'm a fan. I'll be honest, I'm a fan. But he goes viral again with some of his just his take on issues and stories and whatnot. And his reaction has made national news, where he said, hey, look, if the Democratic Party now continues to be a Mamdani style Democratic Party or Hassan Piker Democratic Party, which I'll share who Hassan Piker is with you all later on. He said, I'm probably out. I'm probably leaving. And so that has raised a lot of question to say, hey, look, and I've said it many times, should the big tent Democratic Party on a larger scale, should they embrace the progressive, the socialist movement, right? Should they embrace it and say, hey, look, this is the future, this is the direction we're going to move forward, this is it, or not, and continue their same style, which I would say is a winning, it wins elections, but are they winning the message? We'll talk about that, right? Also, actor shared his he said, hey, look, if you are fearful basically of pit bulls, well, that's almost like dog racism. What? Pit bulls? Yeah, I got a response for that. Also, popular sports journalist is facing criticism after working from a nail salon. Yeah, she was on air and she was currently at a nail salon. So we're gonna talk about that and more. Oh, and then too, can't leave this out. Aaron Rodgers, NFL quarterback of the Pittsburgh Steelers. He went off about Anthony Fauci on the Pat McAfee show. So we'll share that as well. And I'm over here seeing myself, and I'm like, I feel like my lips look a little ashy. I don't want to look. I just got out the shower because I had went to the gym, had a great workout, and I'm recording this, y'all, the evening before primary day, which is happening tomorrow. August 4th. So I was recording this currently on a Monday, and the following day we have a big primary where we have primary races happening in Michigan, Virginia, those are the two states that I'm thinking off the top of the dome. But those are some key. I see Washington, Kansas. There's some big races happening tomorrow. So by the time this airs, it will be after the primary, which of course I'll share my take on that to see how those results come out. But it's gonna be interesting, because one thing I've noticed that's being brought up a lot in conversation is Donald Trump hurting the GOP's chances in the midterms, right? I personally just think he hurts their chances in general, but is his rhetoric, is his mouth, is his strategy hurting the overall chances for GOP to succeed, or with the left embracing socialist voices, right? Is that hurting their chances and hurting the Democratic's chances to succeed and giving the GOP just an easy alley-oop? We'll talk about it, y'all. But as always, thank you so much for taking the time out of your busy schedule to tune into yet another great convo here on the Arrington Gavin Show. As you know, we drop new episodes weeknights at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on YouTube. Wherever you get your podcast, you can tune into the Arrington Gavin Show. We're available on all major podcast platforms. Which when I always say major, people always ask, "What do you mean by major? Like, do you mean like what is a major podcast?" Well, really, all podcast platforms I look at as major platforms, but those that most folks are familiar with, like Apple Podcasts, Spotify, iHeart, those are the platforms that you can find the Arrington Gavin Show on. We're also available on the TuneIn app. So if you go to TuneIn, you can find us on there as well. You can also check out past episodes of the Arrington Gavin Show on Goatverse TV. That's right, Goatverse TV. It's available in the App Store, Google Play Store, Roku, as well as Amazon Fire TV. You can also follow us on social media on Instagram at the Arrington Gavin Show, as well as X, formerly known as Twitter, at AG Show Live. You can also follow us on Blue Sky at AG Show Live. And then also check out our website, www.theagshow.com. A as in Apple, G as in George. And lastly, Substack. We are on Substack as well. So we try to branch off and get involved in all the, and we're on TikTok. Can't forget TikTok. Jeez Louise, Arrington. Just type in the Arrington Gavin Show. You'll find us on there. And so we try to get involved in all the social media platforms. There's so many freaking platforms, but I'm like, we try to stay in the know, and that's how you can stay up to speed and just check out what we do outside of the show. We're not always just sitting here talking behind a mic. We actually do stuff in the community. We stuff happens in real time. We'll try and talk about it on social media, as well as just continue to stay up to speed. I want to keep that relationship going with you, the listeners, the viewers out there, and I want to thank you all so much. Also, if you have not done so yet, please subscribe. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel. We want to continue to grow our numbers, and we are seeing growth each and every day, and I thank you for that. But you can subscribe. It will keep you up to speed. It will give you a notification on when a new episode or just content videos pop up. We're working on some new things, trying to do some specials here on the program because it is big elections, midterm season. We got big local races happening as well here in my hometown in the Commonwealth, and so we are hoping to keep those to keep you in the know of what's happening, right? Yo, I want to say something funny that happened to me this morning. So I think I've told y'all I'm like new to the coffee world. I'm not a full-on coffee drink. Well, I've had Nespressos, right? I've had the little maybe 4 ounce. I don't even think I've even had I've never had an 8 ounce of anything, a cup of coffee. I'm 4 ounce, but I'm primarily fans of the espresso shots. I am starting to take at least 2 double espresso shots a day because, well, your boy gets tired, and I always need a jolt, to help my morning kind of, flow even more. And it has helped, and I like the taste of it. I just have it straight. My wife looks at me like, ugh, how can you just drink that straight? Look, you're talking to a bourbon and whiskey guy. I like the taste of it. And so this morning I was at Starbucks, and no, Starbucks is not paying me, so I wish they were. But I was ordering my espresso shot, and it's like a double shot is like a little almost like $4, a little over $3. And I get the gentleman at 5. I kid you not, this joker looked at my 5 like if it was counterfeit. He's like, I'm like, did he just look at that 5? And honestly, to not go to not call him out, because really he wasn't being rude. He seemed like it was his first day on the job, like very first day, and he was very fidgety, very nervous. And so my first response was like, this you trying because I'm black, huh? You gotta check my money because I'm black, huh? What? And was this man black? No, he wasn't. He might have been could have been Palestinian. Could have been Palestinian. But it made me chuckle. I told my wife, I'm like, you won't believe this joker checked my $5 bill. Now, in every like stores, restaurants, they might check. Well, I don't want to say restaurants, but just like regular everyday spots. If you give a $100 bill, they or even a 50, I even throw in a 50, but most of the time, like if they see $100 bill, yeah, they're gonna check it, make sure it's not counterfeit, whatever. But a $5 bill, bro, I was like, you gotta be kidding me. So I think maybe I chuckled about that. But also, what was another thing I wanted to throw in the mix to start it off? So I mentioned about the story involving an actor. Matter of fact, his name is John Berthel. He's known for many as the Punisher, and he's a very popular actor. I remember when he was on Wolf of Wall Street, but he's a pit bull lover, and I'm not ready to talk about that story just yet, but I kind of want to share you this because my wife and I, after we worked out at the gym, we went on a walk, and we see a gentleman has all three of his dogs. I mean, well behaved, different breeds. I think it was like a German Shepherd, Golden Retriever. The other one might have been a lab, maybe like some kind of lab mix. And all three of them just walking, just doing, and then she my wife has suggested, well, maybe those are either his dogs or he is a professional dog walker. And I'm like, I just think being a dog walker, like, is that really like a real job? Like what do you like? I think it's kind of like it's not a sad job to do because it's easy money for the person that's walking the dogs. But I'm like, what is the point? Like, is it really the need for dog walkers? Now, first thing that came to mind was, okay, well, if somebody is unable to walk, but just has an animal for comfort, but eventually that animal is going to need some activity to walk. Okay, bet, throw that in there. But for the most part, like, why do you need a dog walker? A professional, like, is at that point, we're like, why even have a damn dog if you can't walk the dog? I'll be honest, we have a house dog. Okay, our dog Carter likes to be in the house. Now we'll take him out for walks from time to time, but he's a little dog. The joker only go from maybe from here to here, and then he tired because the little legs can't take but so much. Okay, so. For me, I couldn't imagine hiring somebody to be a professional dog walker. I just couldn't. But my wife made a great point. She said, well, look here. What if folks are at work and this dog needs to be walked at this specific time, that specific time, and X, Y, and Z? And I'm like, you might have a point there, but I still, for the most part, I'm like, I'm not for the whole dog walking thing, man. I think it's ridiculous, my friends. Okay, what we gonna do, we gonna head to a commercial break. When we come back, we'll start off with our first story. Thank you for sticking with us, and we will be right back after these commercial breaks. Don't go anywhere.
What's up, y'all? Welcome to
And we still in traffic.
Don't look familiar, do I? Not in this seat.
Hey, what's that you listening to?
Here to host today.
Hey, turn it up. Yeah, this that new Goat Verse app. I got you.
So y'all want to know where the goats are? They're off on the sidelines.
Looking for fresh, relevant content wherever you go?
What was the name of the app he said?
Introducing GoatVerse TV.
GoatVerse, that's what it's called.
The free streaming app that brings you the best podcasts, current events, and thought-provoking opinions all in one place. Download it now from the Apple Store or Play Store. In Goats, we trust.
Every man has a story to tell. Your ambitions, your achievements, your legacy. Your suit should reflect that story, crafted precisely, designed for impact, and tailored exclusively for you. We work with only the finest fabrics, luxurious wools, silk, linen, and blends from world-renowned mills in Italy, the UK, and India. These fabrics are the foundation of custom suits that exude elegance and stand the test of time. But a suit isn't just about fabric, it's about fit, and it's about confidence, and it all starts with you. When you work with me, you'll receive a personalized consultation, whether in person or over Zoom. Together, we'll explore your vision and discuss your needs, and we're gonna bring your ideas to life. My journey as a designer includes apprenticing under New York-based designer Clavon Leonard, showcasing collections at New York Fashion Week, Algeria Fashion Week, and the prestigious Baltimore Met Gala. That experience is what we bring to every suit we create, from weddings to corporate events and everything in between. We specialize in crafting one-of-a-kind suits for life's most significant moments. Dapper Luke has been recognized as one of Baltimore's best menswear in 2023, and I was honored to be one of the 10 designers selected for the prestigious Baltimore Met Gala. With over 900 satisfied clients, we proudly serve Virginia Beach and Baltimore, bringing world-class designs to these incredible communities. We don't just make suits, we craft confidence. Your suit will fit your body, your style, and it will tell your story. Book your free online personal consultation today. Visit www.dapperluke.com.
6'10", number 1 pick, 16 seasons, College Player of the Year, All-Rookie Standout. Joe Smith built a career on grit, consistency, and showing up.
Greatness isn't just about the game. It's about how you show up every day. Rugged Evolution now offers body care products for every man, because not every man wears a beard, but every man deserves care. Greatness doesn't fade.
It evolved. Rugged Evolution Beard Care. Every beard deserves to be legendary, and every man deserves care.
I'm Aaron Phillips. Join me Saturdays at 12:30 as I host The Voice of 757. I'll share news, events, happenings, and the people that shape the 757. That's The Voice of 757, Saturday afternoon at 12:30 right here on Sky 4.
All right, family, welcome back. Let's start off with some sports, okay? So, we're going to start on a lighter note, and then we're going to end it, kind of end off in the more serious one. So, first up, I got to bring up Monica McNutt. Now, Monica, I love me some Monica. Monica is so sweet. She is a fan favorite on ESPN, and the reason why I'm a fan of her because, well, I mean, she's great at what she does, but also she, when my Knicks won their first finals in decades, I can't even. What was it? The last one we had was in 75 or 79. Anyway, not important, but she was a play-by-play commentator during the finals and at Knicks games primarily, and she, when we won, let me tell you something. The emotions from her, it described the feeling that all Knicks fans were. We were numb, but we were emotional, and I mean, her commentating, her speech after witnessing the Knicks winning. I mean, it was just, it was chef's kiss. It was chef's kiss. But anyway, she is receiving some criticism because of this segment here, y'all. So for those who are watching, but I'll share for those who are listening. But she was seen. She was on SportsCenter, and every commentator or some individual that works for ESPN or just an expert in any form capacity, when they're on as a guest, here's such and such, we want to hear her take on this game, yada yada yada. They might be in person, or they might be home and have a home studio. They might be outside. Well, Monica decided that, hey, look, it's gonna be a short segment. This is very important. What I gotta do, I'm gonna record this, or I'm gonna do this live taping from the nail salon. Check out this.
Bring in Monica McNutt, and hold up. Now look,
Makes me so happy.
No, wait, hold on. I've seen a lot of people flex on this show. Are you on a private jet right now?
You know what, I'm in the nail salon. I just got a lovely pedicure.
Okay. Now I see the full picture. Okay.
This is the most honest moment. That woman is busy, and I'm jealous.
I was ready though. When I was called, guys, I'm ready. I'm ready.
You're ready.
She watched the game.
I have so many more questions.
What color did you go with?
It's a lovely, crisp, light pink for the summer. We love that.
Okay. All right. So
do
we do the nails too? Or is this just a happy
pedicure
moment?
or just pedicure?
No, just pedicure. I pay my own nails. It's a thing.
Oh my God, you are talented. Okay.
Flexing and not flexing at the same time. It's all
is
good.
the chair one of those really lovely massage chairs?
Okay.
Listen, okay, real quick. Bear with me, folks at home, if this is going to make you dizzy. They gave me this table, Briscoe, and I had a lovely drink, and I'm just stretched out, and I could prop my phone up and watch the game during the show, and it's a lovely experience. I do recommend. I'm downtown in LA at LeMay.
Yeah, you're
Oh my God, this is
bougie
the
as hell
bougiest
right
segment
now.
we've ever had.
I'm just jealous.
I know, I can tell. I can really tell. Bring in Monica McNutt.
And see, you know, should she have faced criticism for that? No, I really don't. Now, if ESPN had a certain standard where I was like, oh, everybody must be so professional, this and that. Let me tell you something. When ESPN's never, they are the mecca when it comes to sports journalism and commentating. But I mean, look, you got Pat McAfee for crying out loud on your network now. Pat McAfee. Okay. I don't want to hear about y'all criticizing because why she was doing it from a nail salon, a segment that might be 5-6 minutes at max. Look, she is that right there, in my opinion, boost up the ratings for ESPN because it showed, hey, look, we can talk about other stuff and still be on, on the segment. We have fun. We're relatable. We're human. Okay. Now it would have been creepy if the guy was like, hey, look, can we see the toes? How the toes look? She didn't do that. She said, hey, and she shot it out of business. So it's like, it's a win-win. So for folks that are out there criticizing Monica, go scratch, please. Monica, you continue to do your great work on the network and on all endeavors. I'm a huge fan. My wife said my family's a huge fan. So no, you do you, boo. You do you. Ignore all that outside noise, okay? All right, now staying in sports though, want to talk about Aaron Rodgers. So Aaron Rodgers, man, I'll be honest, hell of a quarterback, one of the greats, easy, top 10 of all times, easy, hell, possibly top 6. He is, he has been, Rodgers' career has seen a shift, in my opinion, since he shared his take during the pandemic period, right? During COVID. He was very anti-COVID vaccine. And as of right now, I'll be honest, as of right now, he never received the COVID vaccine. What NFL.com shares, and he has repeatedly shared that he is not anti-vaccine, but opposes taking the available COVID vaccines based on what he believes were personal medical risks and his belief in bodily autonomy. Okay. Everybody becomes an expert all of a sudden when it's time to get something that could be beneficial for your health. Now, look, I'm not criticizing anyone who was anti-COVID vaccine because, as I mentioned before, look, I'm pro-choice, meaning you have the choice to take it or not. Okay, that is your body, your choice. If your physician says I highly recommend, and you still decide not to take it, that is your body, your choice. Now, do I agree with that choice? If a medical professional tells me, hey, look, this will benefit, I will do it. Now, I understand the hesitation from a lot of folks because, look, medical, pharmaceutical, all the stuff, it's big business. It's all about money. Okay, it's sad to say, but there are physicians out there that pushes medicine, certain medicines pushes medicines towards individuals because guess what? The pharmaceutical companies send their salespeople out, and if they say, hey, look, I'm gonna give you 50,000 or 100,000 of this worth of stuff, and if you do it, you'll get an extra bonus of each sale you take, or you get a percentage of each sale. That happens. Okay, surgeons don't get paid if they don't have surgeries. All right, physicians, they're not just salary all the time. Well, for the most part they are, but still they want extra money. It's all, look, we live in a greedy society. That's not to say I don't believe in holistic alternatives as well, because that is accurate. Now, the reason, in my opinion, this is just my personal belief, why you see holistic versions being hush more, because again, I go back to pharmaceutical companies, big money, billion-dollar industries, okay, billions and billions of dollars. Now, saying all of that, Rodgers, in my opinion, had all the right to share his thoughts on it. All right. And I quote, I'm reading his quotes right here. Says, he said, I'm not some sort of anti-vax flat earther. I am somebody who's a critical thinker. I believe strongly in bodily autonomy and the ability to make choices for your body. There's nothing wrong with that. Then he went on to say, yeah, I've been immunized. I don't know if I pronounced that word properly. Basically saying he's immune to it. Later, it was revealed that he had not received any FDA authorized COVID vaccine. Rodgers later explained that he believed his alternative health protocol had immunized him. He did not think he had to lie. Reporters had also follow-up questions. He would have explained he was okay, basically. He gave several reasons. So at first he just said, hey, look, I want, my body, my choice. I think I don't think it's going to be well. So here's what he gave several reasons. Allergy concerns. He said he was allergic to an ingredient found in the Pfizer and Moderna vaccine, because it was three. It was Johnson Johnson. It was a Johnson Johnson. It was Moderna, and it was Pfizer. Okay. Then he said Johnson Johnson concerns. He said he was uncomfortable receiving the Johnson Johnson vaccine after reports of rare blood complications. Now, I get it. Johnson Johnson is known for baby oil, baby powder. You had companies that are known for one thing, all of a sudden creating vaccines. And look, people's like, hey, look, I need a long, lengthy process, not just no 2 months, 3 months, 4 months, this and then the other. Now, I shared you the clip a while back where Fauci was like, well, look, we had 20 years of research. That black man was like, that's still not enough. Still not enough. But 20 years of science and research that has added to this. But hey, again, folks have the choice. Fertility concerns. Rodgers also said he wanted children and was concerned because at the time he believed there were insufficient long-term data regarding fertility. Now, I'm unaware if he has any children. I know he's married. And again, not my business, but just, it's a reason why I say this. Do they? Yep. As of right now, I don't see any proof of him having kids. So he said fertility is because he wants to be a father. And look, maybe he's that guy that wants to become a dad once he fully finishes playing professional football. Or just, that does exist. There's a lot of people that have kids while they're in the league. I mean, he has the money. Just saying. But just saying. And he's now going on 41, 42. This is year 20 for him. How old is he? He's 42 years old. So yeah, he's been in the league for quite some years. Then he said, okay, fertility issues. Here's some after testing positive, he publicly said he used monoclonal antibodies. I don't even know, I can't pronounce some of this stuff. Ivermectin, HCQ, hydrochloroquine, zinc, vitamin C and D. Now, you had doctors that were more on the side of Fauci and saying, hey, look, take this, is it's important, it works. It was never meant to be a cure. It was something to help fight off if you do get it, or also prevent someone from getting it from someone else. So yeah, I guess basically just said the same thing. But there were so many doctors saying, look, there is a cure. It's hydrochloroquine, right? People that were more in favor of Trump and the right and those that were anti this vaccine, they were sharing, take this, take that, because they're saying treat it like it's a regular flu. Now, I'll be honest, I've had COVID that I'm aware of twice. First time, perfectly fine. Didn't have any symptoms. I just tested positive, right? Second time, I was extremely drained. Oh my gosh, I was extremely drained. I don't think I lost slightly of taste, but that was it again. And this was from look, I took the vaccine. I think I did like 2 doses because I think I've only taken it twice. But yeah, I still had it. Now again, I never had any symptoms that will say, oh my gosh, you have to take this because if you do get it, it can really take you down pretty bad. I think being that I had it, could it have been worse if I didn't have it? Could have been. I don't know. I know for me as a baby, I've always taken a vaccine. That's just me. My body's immune to it. It's used to it. I've never been, and oh no, I ain't taking it. No, if it's good for me, if it's gonna help, I'm trying to take care of my temple. Okay. Now going back to Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers grew as like a savior on the right, saying, yes, he's anti-vax. Yeah. And look, he could have easily just said, hey, look, this is my taste. Call it Christmas. That's all the reason why. But apparently, I guess he was getting criticized from the left, and he probably was, because there was a lot of folks that were, saying, hey, how selfish can you be? Because you're in the NFL, you can easily, spread it, and if you get it, you can spread it to somebody else, get somebody sick. Like, people were frustrated. It was a panic mode, okay? But he's now this guy, okay, he's Mr. Funny Man, Mr. Comedian. Like, he made a dig at Travis Kelce, tight end of the Kansas City Chiefs, and a newly married man, Taylor Swift's husband. He was on a Pfizer commercial. He was on a Pfizer commercial promoting the Pfizer vaccine. What does Aaron Rodgers call him publicly? Mr. Pfizer on the Pat McAfee show, because Aaron Rodgers he has these little, I don't know, weekly cameos on the Pat McAfee show. So recently he was on the Pat McAfee show again, and this time he went after Fauci. So let me go ahead and show you that clip here.
Okay.
Okay. Like
gotta
love
that guy. Okay.
Like that absolute coward, Tony Fauci. Absolute coward.
Yeah.
Eric's back,
Are you kidding me?
Yeah, 111
You got a
times.
pardon and you're in front and you pleaded over 100 times at the White House? What are you scared of, Tony?
Yeah.
I thought you were the science.
Yeah.
I thought you were I am science, and you get up there and you can't answer a question?
Yeah.
What are we doing? And how much time did the network spend to that? How much time did they spend on my responses every week, on my vaccination status, on Taylor and Travis's wedding? Did they do even a minute? Did they do even a minute on Tony Fauci?
No, I don't think I've heard
Nah, I
anything.
bet they didn't.
But on that note,
Then there was another scandal this offseason, too, involving a voter for MVP, for Coach of the Year. How much time did your network spend? Where's your cap? Did your network spend on
our
that?
network.
I wish how much time did you spend?
This is
awesome. Go back to Fauci?
Yeah.
Go back to the coward Tony Fauci and science?
Hold on now.
Who's spending the entire time writing in his diary about how fun it is to be famous? You got to be kidding me.
Okay, so on that note,
What are you going to say about me now?
Debate him,
What are you going to say about me
no,
now?
I got no debate here. You had a 500.
No, seriously, what are they going to say about me now? Now that you can't talk about the COVID stuff because obviously it was made, in a lab in China. That's like not even questionable anymore. Tony Fauci is an absolute criminal. I'm on good terms with my family. I'm on good terms with my family. What are you going to say now? What are you going to say now?
I want to let you know. It's been a fun ride for you, I would assume, over the last
It's
couple.
been a great life and a great career. And it's nice to be sitting on this side now, especially after that coward played the fifth over 100 times.
Okay.
I thought you had a pardon there, Tony. Why couldn't you answer one question the entire time?
Okay,
Why
we
not?
got 4 minutes until the heart out.
Yeah, I got 4 more minutes of it. We keep this shit going. We keep it going.
Anything else?
I got at least 4 minutes.
Okay,
There's a lot of silence, though, but I will say this. I gotta give flowers to Stephen A. Smith, my old friend Stephen A., because he was man enough to actually admit and apologize to Kyrie Irving. So I got to give a shout out to my guy, Stephen A. You are not a coward. I appreciate you.
Okay, can we talk about, we'll wrap up that conversation.
Other than that, there's been a lot of silence, I feel like, like 19 seconds about one subject. Oh, don't talk about that. We can talk about Rex Ryan's foot fetish, but please don't talk about, anything else right now. Don't talk about, any scandals involved. Don't talk about, pop culture. Talk about Taylor and Travis's wedding. Yeah, what do the insiders know about that? But don't talk about, that actually has to do with our business or righting wrongs.
Can we remind people?
I'm going to plead the fifth.
Okay.
So I'll be very honest. I'll give you. Was it? I wouldn't even say if it was. It wasn't. It's comical if again you are on the side of anti-vax. It was comical for you all. If you were on the side of Anthony Fauci, you didn't think this was funny at all. If you were on the side of someone that's a fan of comedy in general, right? Even if I don't care for the joke, if it hits, I mean, look, it's cute that Aaron Rodgers thinks he's a comedian now. It's cute that he's getting ready to retire. This is gonna be his last season, okay? But I'm guaranteeing it's gonna be his last season. But here's the thing, though, he's talking a lot of mess about a lot of people, and what I think is funny is that he takes dig at Travis Kelce, but would he say that to his face? I don't think so. He's taking shots at Rex Ryan. I don't know how Rex Ryan got in the picture. Okay, would he say it to his face? Absolutely not. He sounds like somebody that when he retires, he will be a contributor on Fox News, or will get a job on the Daily Wire. He would get a podcast on Rumble, sign an exclusive deal. Aaron Rodgers is not a personality, in my opinion. Yeah, he'll probably do good at football commentating, but he's starting to sound a little corny. A right-wing cornball is what I'm getting from him. That's the vibes I'm getting from him. Because is he so butthurt that, hey, well, where was it when I admit there were people that were going after those who were anti, but there were also a lot of people that were I mean, it was back and forth when you think about it. Personally, it was. Being in the public eye, man, people are going to talk about you. People will talk about you prior to not this whole COVID thing. So that's what I'm saying. I just think that he's, I don't know, getting stuff off his chest. And there's criminal Fauci. Here's the thing, and I showed you my take on Fauci. He did not answer anything. 111. He pleaded fifth 111 times, y'all. He had the right to plead the fifth. He listened to what his attorneys told him, and he pleaded the fifth. So, are you calling him a coward, or are you calling his attorneys a coward? You call the attorneys one thing, but they were hired to do a job to protect his name. And yeah, now I get it. People want answers. People want answers. There has never been proof yet. Yes, some skepticism, but. And I admit it does sound suspect where you do plead the fifth and you don't answer questions. Like I told you, it's just like paying a settlement, in my opinion. But if your attorney tells you to do that, you're listening to your attorney. So you can continue to criticize and say, hey, look, Fauci's a criminal and this, that, and the other. What about the president who was also in charge during that period? Are you gonna call him out? Because this was in existence way before the public actually found out. Trump knew about it. Trump, the one that brought in Fauci. That was part of his team. So again, call a spade, Aaron. If you want to go after Fauci, feel free. But remember who also was in leadership around that time. Just be honest. Just to be honest. Talk about China this, China that. Your boy, he is doing business with them. You don't hear him talking bad about them. China, it was this, it was that. You don't hear him talking bad about them. I haven't. They talk about Fauci. If you want to talk so much about corruption and criminal, like I said, your boy making billions while in office. Talk about that. All I'm saying is Aaron talking a lot of mess before the seat. Look, he ain't even preseason yet. This was the guy when he stepped on the field with the Jets. The man tripped in towards ACL. Okay. Now again, he's one of the greats, 4-time MVP. But and then he started talking about who else? He talked about somebody else. Oh, I can't find the sound bite, but he went ham on another he went ham on another issue. Oh yeah, talked about the a scandal. Like he was calling out so many. I'm like, he just want to make enemies. I mean, he sounds like somebody that's just off the rails, and that's why the way you're acting is the reason why people probably criticize you on saying, hey, you sure you talking like you know everything about like, oh, I know what I'm doing. I know my body. I'm like, come on now, like give me a break. But to end that segment, y'all, again, you should have the right to decide on what you want to do with your body, what vaccine you want to take. I know it's going to be I'm not here to defend Fauci by any means because I don't know the man, nor do I care. But hey, I took it. That was my choice. I did not have any bad reactions or anything. Now, did folks have reactions? Yeah, there's folks that had a different response to it. But look, to my understanding, and I've looked on sources, for the most part, it did drop down certain numbers during that period. Now, I guess the question is, should Fauci should he have answered some of the questions? He should have. But when the whole committee is chaired by a guy who hates Fauci with a passion, can you blame the man? Again, there's a number of people I can mention in DC that is not answering questions. It's DC. It's politics. But I do want to shout out, Stephen A. Smith, who, for apologizing. That's my man, Stephen A. He apologized. Look, he apologized for calling a grown man, was it ignorant or he called him. I'm paraphrasing because I'm not sure exactly on the wording, but yeah, that's what he apologized for. But look, anyway. Moving on, because Aaron Rodgers, man, it's just again he's a cornball to me. In all honesty, I respect him as a football player, and I probably will like him in person if we have. Again, I can't say anything before I really meet the person, but I don't agree with his take and how he's been, doing it in this, and especially on another dude's show. Like, okay, he's trying to be funny, but you're not, Aaron. You're not. All right. Hell, Tom Brady probably more funny than Aaron Rodgers. All right, my friends. Let me go ahead and move it on to this story here. So, Mediaite recently, well, this is an article here from Mediaite showing James Carville, Raising Cajun. So he recently was on Fox News, and he was sharing his take on he's very against the progressive democratic socialists, folks like Zohran Mamdani, mayor of New York City, folks like Hassan Piker, which I was going to share you who Hassan Piker is. He is an American political commentator, Twitch streamer, and former contributor to the Young Turks, right? A progressive streaming platform. He is one of the largest political streamers in the world, known for advocating democratic socialist and socialist politics, criticizing capitalism, supporting organized labor, supporting Palestinian rights, and frequently criticizing U.S. foreign policy. He has millions of followers, again, across from Twitch, YouTube, and X. Now, his popularity has also made him one of the most controversial political commentators on the internet. Here are just some I want to share some of his controversial statements that kind of put him in some hot water. So I quote here, and it says, America deserves 9/11. In 2019, Piker said America deserves 9/11. His explanation later said he was criticizing decades of U.S. foreign policy in the Middle East, not celebrating the attacks themselves, and acknowledging he should have used more precise language. So he then again said, hey, look, wording was bad. That's my bad. What I meant was, okay, But critics say the statement appeared to justify a terrorist attack. That's what critics are saying. Okay, supporters argue it was hyperbolic criticism of American foreign policy rather than support of terrorism. Now, also his Israel, Hamas, and October 7th. He's a strongly pro Palestinian views. He has practiced Israel apartheid. Israel occupation is illegal. Okay. Palestinian has a right to resist occupation. The list goes on and on. He's been accused of anti-Semitism. He of course has declined, or he has said, hey, look, all those what they're accusing me is all not true. But hey, he's a streamer. There's clips you can see for yourself. He's been a very, again, back and forth individual. It's like, I don't know about that. So he's even okay. Check this out. Piker has been temporarily suspended by Twitch multiple times for violating platform policies, including over inflammatory language. These suspicions have contributed to ongoing debates about modernization standards for political streamers. Okay, so some of his stuff has got him in trouble. He advocates for democratic socialism, higher taxes on wealthy, stronger labor unions, universal health care, tuition-free public college, and opposition to many U.S. military interventions abroad. Now, look, majority of those things, a lot of folks will say, well, I'm not totally against that. Hence why he's still a fan favorite. Hence why you see a lot of Democratic candidates, primarily Democratic socialist candidates, that come on his show. And so he has that's just where he lies. And I've already shared my take on Mayor Zohran Mamdani, but let me go ahead and share you this clip of longtime Democratic strategist James Carville, who has been critical of the progressive wing. Here's what he had to say on, I think he was on The Story with Martha McCallan. Oh, let me go ahead and pop that up for you all so you can hear this. There we go.
I'm not sure what to understand what Madonna is doing, but to talk about the larger Democratic Party post the election in Michigan going forward, I am not going to be in the same party with Hassan Piker. I can tell you that right now. If he becomes a force in the Democratic Party, I'm out of here. I have no intention of ever being in the same political party with that guy. Now, I think that overwhelming majority of Democrats agree with me.
Do you agree with him, Teslin?
No, how does he know? Jim Carville, hey, guess what, Jim? Get out. We can just start calling him Get Out Jim. If the Democrat Party wants to reform how they're moving, if DSA, or I would just say progressives as a whole, because I don't like to just put this on DSA, because again, I have my criticism with them as well. But there is a progressive wing of the party that is actually organizing, that is actually winning elections. James Carville, if I understand, he hasn't won election. He won an election finally in his 40s. No disrespect, but he doesn't run how the party moves. Now, again, I think there's a big tent. There's a room for everybody, whether it's moderate, center, or left, but you can't get upset that progressives are actually organizing and winning. And you certainly as hell can't get upset at the New York mayor for actually being a winner. He actually did organize millions of people to go to the polls. He beat the establishment. He beat all of their favorite candidates, and he's doing very well. And again, I have my criticisms with him as well, but he's the winner. Mamdani gets to set the tone, but no, it does not mean that it will work in the South. It does not mean that it will work in the Midwest.
I wanted to I stopped it right there because Teslin Figueroa, who I'm a huge fan of, she's sharing a lot of info of what I have spoken here on, and towards the end she had said, look, just because Zohran Mamdani had a huge success in New York City, just because say this candidate is showing right now large numbers in polling, does not mean that will work for the overall Democratic Party. That's not going to work in the South. It's not going to work in this area. It's not going to work in that area. Democratic Party is a Big Ten party, right? You have conservatives, you have moderates, and you have progressives, right? There are tons of people. Same goes for on the right. Now, James Carville, he has been paid more to share his take. He is not advised, to my understanding. I don't think he's been on a team advising anybody. Okay, he had a huge win during the Clinton years, and that was his claim to fame right there. And like Tesla Figueroa said, look, you had your first win. It took you until you were in your 40s to get that huge win. So it's like, don't come talking like you're the savior for all Dems. Now, I will say I do respect Carvel's take on things from for the most part. I do agree with him that as much as the the new movement is just not the certain wording, or just even the fact that, I don't know, Carvel's about winning, especially where in the position of the National Democratic Party is right now, especially what's going on in the DNC. I mean, with the chair with Ken Martin, it's so much crap going on. You have to really play your cards right, strategic wise. Like, be a realist. Be a realist. I shared with my friend not the other day, and Tesla Figueroa, explained it too. She's like, okay, they're doing great groundwork. They're winning the message right now. They're popular for the most part, but that doesn't mean it will win over, overall. But they are doing great, so you can't dog them on their strategy. Now, what I had said, wait until they might do good in that case, but are they winning elections? It's a small amount of individuals that serve in Washington that are progressives or anywhere near close to being a DSA member. Bernie Sanders, who is a longtime progressive, to my understanding, I think he was one of the very few that had been elected as an independent. But again, he's out of freaking Vermont. Vermont has like a little over 600,000 people in the whole damn state. Okay, hell, Virginia Beach, Virginia could probably be close to the just as the same size as the state of Vermont. So it not trying to degrade Bernie Sanders, because he did really, really well when he ran for presidency, I believe his first or second time. And so he is a popular voice, but it's not the overall. So Carvel said, hey, look, if we get more folks, if folks like Hassan Piker or Zohar Mamdani becomes the new voices, the new faces of the party, I'm out of here. Does that mean he's going to be a Republican? I don't know. Does that mean he's going to be an independent? Probably, and will probably still vote left. But he's like, I do not want to be associated with this party. Now, fun fact, James Clyburn, and I don't know his wife's name, but she is a longtime, very popular Republican strategist. She's a Republican. He's a Democrat. They've been married for years. Just FYI. Let me go ahead and digress from this story here, and then kind of change it up with this one involving actor John Berthel. Okay, John Berthel, who is he's known by many as the Punisher, and what other films. I'm not trying to downgrade his career, but he's extremely popular. He was on a podcast? So I know he was on an interview recently. Let's see. So I'm reading you this article from USA Today. It says here, he calls fear of pit bulls ridiculous, alleges dog racism. So he's on this press tour right now because he's a star on the new movie Odyssey. He's drawing a line in the sand in the debate over pit bulls. Now, during an appearance on the Howard Stern show, 49-year-old star opened up about how he turned his life around after being arrested in 2009 for knocking a man out with a punch. Berthel said the incident made him feel so disgusted with himself, and earned him 3 years probation. The situation, which he detailed in 2018 on Esquire feature, was instigated by a supposedly inebriated man who grabbed Berthel's pit bull boss while they were on a walk. Then followed them after the actor took the dog back. When host Howard Stern questioned why Berthel's dog didn't attack the man, the Punisher star explained, "My dogs are the greatest. They're unbelievably well trained." He then went on to say, because Stern then asked if pit bulls' reputations were a myth, to which Berthel replied, "People have got to stop that." Okay. And it's a picture, I believe, with Berthel's child and their pit bull. He said, "It's just racism. It's just dog racism. To be afraid of a breed of dog is completely ridiculous. It's like being afraid of somebody for their race or their sexual orientation." Okay. Totally different there, John. You're going a little bit too much. Pit bulls are an intimidating looking dog to begin with. They're, in my opinion, one of the strongest dogs in the breed. I just my honest opinion. The dogs are born with muscles, abs, traps, every freaking muscle. Now, I've encountered pit bulls that have embraced me with love. I've encountered a pit bull, I say a because just one, a pit bull that allowed me to pet him, and then all of a sudden wanted to try and take my head off. Okay. Pit bulls do have a bad reputation because you have folks that train them to be fighters, which is uncalled for. That's why I say legal. Dog fighting is illegal. It is all about how you train. Now, I'll be honest. I don't care what kind of breed dog you have. I truly believe that all dogs are going to have a moment where they want to misbehave and snap. Just like, like a child. Child's going to have a temper tantrum and they're going to snap and do something stupid. Dogs will do that. Now, when a pit bull does that, pit bull is just extremely strong. And if they're not, so I'll take it like this, John. Show a pit bull interact with any other breed, but that's not a pit bull. Pit bulls just have that. And look, you name your dog Boss. Boss is a hard name, okay? I'm just saying, I'm not anti pit. Well, I'm a dog lover. I'm not the biggest fan of pit bulls. My wife had a pit. My wife can probably speak a little better because she had a pit for a period. I ain't never had a pit, nor do I want a pit. I think it's I love the dog that I have. But to say dog racism, I mean, John, I think it's a little too overboard. Really, it really is a little too overboard. But hey, there's Ketas, there's German Shepherds. I mean, those they also have a bad rep too. Rottweilers. But see, and I'm not gonna lie, I've had better encounters with Rottweilers than I have had with with pit bulls. Just when I know, look, bullies, right? That kind of look similar to pit bulls. I've had a great interaction with them. It is all about how you train, but I think he went a little too much with that. All right, my friends, very quick before I end this because I'm coming up to a close. I mentioned that I'm currently recording this I'm recording this episode the evening before primary day. Okay, I'm recording this before primary day, and there are a number of big elections happening in the primary. Let me just share that with you real quick because when the primary happens, I will be sharing my my take on them. I'm contemplating if I want to do. I might go live on like IG or something like that. But I will, share my give my take on the outcome of the primary races. So just to name some of those big primaries, we have Virginia U.S. House primaries. So the biggest races we have going on is District 2, which is in the Hampton Roads area. That's my district, currently held by Republican incumbent Jen Kiggins. You have for the most part, it's looking like it will be a repeat between her and former Congresswoman Elaine Loria, who's running in the Democratic primary. She is her, and she has 3 other candidates. One of them, who I had the opportunity to interview here on the show, Dr. Neela DeFeneth, who has been endorsed by the, I believe, Hampton Roads Democratic Socialists of America. Okay, she is that progressive voice in that party. It's getting interesting, but polling is showing that Elaine is a shoo-in to win that primary to face Jen Kiggins, who she lost 4 years ago to. Also, District 1, You have competitive. It's going to be a competitive field. There's 7 candidates running in District 1, hoping to unseat Republican incumbent Rob Whitman. Now, the candidate that the party, I would say the establishment, is pushing is Henrico County Commonwealth Attorney Shannon Taylor, who ran in the Democratic primary for Attorney General against Jay Jones. You also have, oh Lord, I had the opportunity to interview 3 of the 7 candidates in that race: Erica Kopp, Tim Sawinski, and Elizabeth Dempsey Beggs. So they're all in against a 7-person Democratic primary. But hey, Shannon has the backing. Shannon was on. She's been on MS Now, all top tier news platforms, you name it. Virginia's 5th congressional district. Let's see, you have Democrats are shooting that will challenge Republican Representative John McGuire. I believe that is, that district leans Republican. And then also District 7, another competitive Democratic contest in a district Democrats hope to flip. Now, there's a race that you have Don Beyer also competing in, where I had the opportunity to have Adam Dunnigan, who is running in that race. I think that's Virginia's 8th congressional district. So yeah, that's currently held by Don Beyer, and it is, they got 5 candidates in that race. So yeah, Adam Dunnigan had the opportunity to have him on the show as well. Michigan has a Democratic Senate primary, all right, between a socialist, or a progressive, more progressive leaning, and an established candidate. So I had shared some clips on that one. So that will be one to watch. The Michigan Democratic House primaries also. You're looking at Michigan's 13th district between Representative Cherie Thanier and then State Rep Donovan McKinney, backed by the DSA. All right. So again, you see a lot of Democrat socialists coming up to play. Virginia Republican U.S. Senate primary. They're hoping to unseat longtime Senator Mark Warner. Now, Mark Warner at the time had a Democratic primary opponent in Mark Moran, who we had on the show, who then left the Democratic Party, was going to run as an independent. But now you have 3 individuals that is running in the Senate, the Republican Senate primary for U.S. Senator, and those names are, all right, Kim Farrington, Bert Mizuswa, who is, I would say, probably the favorite to win that primary, and then David Williams. So there's 3 Republican primary opponents there. Missouri has statewide primaries. Washington State, 2 top primaries. U.S. Senate, multiple competitive House races, and statewide. Kansas, and then of course you got some of your local race. So there's a lot of races happening out there, my friends. Yeah, I will follow up with you all on that later on in the week. But until next time, peace, love, and blessings. Thank you for sticking with me here on the Arrington Gavin Show. I will see you soon for another great convo. Yeah, I'm out. Talk to you soon.
That's it for tonight on the Arrington Gavin Show. Thanks for tapping in and keeping the conversation alive. Don't forget, stay connected with us on all platforms. Follow at Arrington Gavin on Instagram, Blue Sky, and X, and subscribe to the official Substack for exclusive takes and deep dives you won't get anywhere else. We're here every weeknight, same time, same energy, same real talk. Until next time, stay bold, stay sharp, and stay true. That's what we do on the Arrington Gavin Show. Peace.